If you're looking for a recipe for a delicious breakfast quiche, or you're looking for some simple tips for decorating this holiday, then you've come to the right place. Today, I'll be giving you step-by-step instructions on how to make one of my favorite quiches that I think is a little different than all the others I've seen out there. It's delicious, it's hearty, and perfect for your Thanksgiving or holiday breakfast. And then at the end of this video, I will set a simple yet elegant table with some vintage dishes and a beautiful floral centerpiece, but not in the way you might think. So let's go ahead and get started on this recipe.
Let's start by gathering all our ingredients. You're going to need vegetable oil for cooking. You're going to need half a pound of mild Italian sausage, 3 small or 2 medium potatoes, 1 homemade or store-bought 9-inch pie crust, 4 large eggs, 3/4 cup half and half, and a cup of grated Gouda. So let's go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees, and then we're going to get started with the pie crust. Today I'm using the refrigerated kind, but I've used the frozen ones before and they come out just fine. You can also make it homemade if you have the time. I'm going to gently roll this out and then press it firmly into the corners of the pie plate. I just rolled the edges over a little bit to give it a little bit of a thicker crust. I'm not looking for perfection here. You can do whatever you like if you want to make it fancy, but I'm just going for a very simple rustic look. I went ahead and poked holes in it with a fork just to let it breathe, and then I put it in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes and then into the oven for 10 minutes on a blind bake. Next, we're going to start on the mild Italian sausage. This gives a really good flavor. I know a lot of quiches add ham, and I actually prefer the Italian sausage for extra flavor. You want about 3/4 to 1 cup when it's finished, so I'm adding about a half a pound of sausage. Go ahead and break that up into little pieces and cook it on low to medium until the pink is gone and it's nicely browned. While the sausage was cooking, I went ahead and cut my potatoes. I did not have any small or medium potatoes. I only had 1 large one, and that is all it took. You're really just wanting to get 1.5 cups. I'm cutting them into about 1/2-inch slices and then into reasonable sized chunks. I did cut them a little bigger than I prefer. I think I would have cut them smaller next time. Next, I put them into a shallow frying pan and I covered them with vegetable oil. I simmered these on low for about 15 minutes until they are somewhat soft but still have a little firmness to them. Once those are done, I just remove them from the pan and put them on a paper towel in a bowl to dry. Next up is the aged Gouda. I'm going to go ahead and grate it. I'm looking for about 1.5 cups. Next up, I'm going to pre-mix the half and half in eggs. So we're going to need about 3/4 cup half and half. And then 4 large eggs. Go ahead and add a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper and a pinch of salt to this mixture. Make sure you break up the yolks and combine them well with the half and half. One of the great things about this recipe is you can make everything the night before, cook it, and then refrigerate it to pull out the next morning. Now that we've prepped everything, let's go ahead and assemble. So here you're going to just layer some of the stuff in. There's no real rhyme or reason. I did some potatoes, and then some sausage, and then some cheese. You do want it full, but you don't want it so full that it's going to spill over, so just fill accordingly. Next, I'm going to pour the half and half an egg mixture all over the top of this. It will rise a little bit, so don't worry if it's a little bit low. Then I'm going to sprinkle the rest of the Gouda over the top. And because I had a little bit of Gouda left, and you can never have too much, I added the rest. It seemed like the right thing to do. I mean, I didn't want to waste the cheese, right? Go ahead and pop this in the oven on 350 for 40 to 45 minutes. You do want the center to seem firm, and more importantly, you want the crust to look like it's thoroughly cooked. Nobody likes a soggy bottom quiche. Mine did get a little bit dark around the edges and was not done on the bottom, so I threw some tinfoil over the top and put it back in for a few more minutes, and it came out perfect. Here it is all done. It is so delicious looking, and I can't wait to cut into it. Let it cool at least 10 minutes before serving, and then you can go ahead and cut yourself up a slice. This is a great recipe for a brunch or early breakfast on a holiday, Thanksgiving or Christmas. It cuts so beautifully and it serves up so nicely, and it makes a great presentation. I decided to add a couple strawberries, just cut in a fan shape for a little bit of garnishment. You could also serve it with a fruit or side salad. It also would be a great pairing with a cinnamon roll. It's one of my favorites, and I can pretty much guarantee you're going to like it as well. So I really hope that you try this recipe, whether it be for a holiday or a special gathering, or just for yourself. It does reheat well.
You can get my full recipe over on the blog at katieselden.com, or you can click the link in my description. Next up, I'm going to walk you through my Thanksgiving table. It's just my folks and myself this year, so I set a simple table setting. But even though it's just a few of us, I still kind of wanted it to be fancy. A lot of this is kind of self-explanatory, so I set it to music, and I hope you enjoy. meals and decorating does not have to be complicated. It can be simple and elegant. Whether you have a large gathering or a simple get-together, I hope this inspired you to do something different or new. Well, the next time I see you, I'll be decorating for Christmas, so stay tuned for that, and make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification button if you don't want to miss any future episodes. I have a lot of fun holiday ideas coming, not only decorating, but some gift ideas. May you have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving season. Until next time.